And now we started recording. Okay. After finishing this session, I'll try to record the PowerPoint slides as a video and air it on the group, our Facebook group, okay?
Okay.
And the previous sessions as well, I'll try to make a video file for each session and post it on our Facebook group. Okay?
Okay.
So today's session, as I told you before, or some days before, error correction. And I think some of you can give us some information or share us any knowledge he or she has. Anybody would like to share us anything about error correction before we start?
Yes.
Okay, Ms. Zainab.
Error correction. It not using is not using in class because there is more difficult to correct before pupils. It hurts them. It's not easy or the noisy of the class.
It's not easy. You mean it's not easy for the students or not easy for the teacher?
For the teacher, because noisy hurts them or عايزة أقول يعني مش بيشجعهم.
Yes.
It's not encourage them about speaking English very well.
Yes, yes, that's right.
Thank you.
That's right, thank you. The teacher fall in a struggle between correct the mistakes of the students or delay this to the end of the class and will be in a great dread to take the decision to correct them immediately or wait after the student finish. And after a while, we will discuss about the techniques we can use to correct errors. And when we take the decision to delay it to the end of the class or to another class to correct the mistakes, or immediately we interfere the writing or the speaking of our students and correct the mistakes. This happened in a split second for the teacher. So it's very hard for us. This is one of the hardships of our work as teachers, to take the decision to stop the student and correct the mistake, to thinking that we make the student stop making this mistake again, or for not making the other students to make the same mistake. This is one side of the thoughts. But on the other hand, the teacher read that the unconfident students may feel that they are not secure, they are not safe. So when I make a mistake, the teacher will stop me and embarrass me in front of my student, of my colleague. So the student will not be comfortable. Okay. The tension comes to the student's mind. So the student will fear to participate and to go on flowing in speaking or writing his activity. Okay? Any other comments or just jump in our slides and take the end of the string and go on our discussion? Any comments? Or go to the second slide. Okay. We move to the next slide. What are the types of mistakes
grammatical, pronunciation, and spelling.
Yes, spelling, wrong spelling is a mistake.
Yes. Grammatical mistakes, so spelling mistakes, and pronunciation.
Wrong pronunciation is a mistake. Wrong letters in writing
Yes.
are mistakes. What
Yes.
else?
Wrong reading.
Yes, wrong reading is a mistake. So, can we categorize the mistakes themselves? Can we categorize mistakes? Can we put some types for mistakes?
Oral and
Yes.
written. Oral and written.
Okay, we can categorize it oral mistakes, written mistakes, pronunciation mistakes, and so on. But please, before I forget, who's Miss Kulthum? Miss Kulthum, what's your name? في عندنا فيسبوك account Miss Kulthum. Who is she? Hello?
We don't know.
You don't know? Not one of you?
No.
A Facebook account كلثوم على الجروب بتاعنا always share many posts. So I would like to know if she's one of you or not. So anybody know who is Kulthum? Please tell me, okay? Okay. What are the types of mistakes? We can categorize mistakes into 3 types. The first one is slips.
Oh.
What are slips? Errors. What are errors? And attempts. So we have 3 kinds of mistakes.
Yes.
We have categories, 3 categories for mistakes. If we categorize it, the first category is slips. Second, errors. Third one is attempts. What are slips? Slips.
I think when the
Yes, Ms. Asma, go ahead.
I think when pupils are shy or not self-trusted, they do mistakes, but not in purpose. Or they know the true one, but they are shy, so they make these mistakes.
Very good, Ms. Asma. This is correct. Very interesting.
زي الهفوة اللي احنا بنقول عليها أو زلة اللسان يعني.
Exactly, thank you. You took it from my tongue. Slips اللي احنا بنقول عليها in Arabic هفوات، هفوة.
يعني هفوة أو زلة اللسان.
Yes, thank you, Mrs. Smith. Exactly. The non-intentional mistakes, we call them slips. So slips are smaller mistakes which our student can correct by him or herself if someone, the teacher or peer, draws their attention to them. يعني if a student wanna say Hala goes to school every day, but the student was mistaken here and said Hala go to school every day. So the student know the rule well and he studied it well, but he made a slip, just said Hala go to school every day. So one of his colleagues hinted him, hey Ahmed, go or goes. So okay, I'm so sorry, Hala goes to school. So when the student know his mistake by himself, so we can consider it a slip. Okay?
Yes.
So the slip is a mistake that the student said it in unintentionally, without his desire or unconsciously. This is a slip. What about errors? Errors happen when a student finds it hard to self-correct, but there may be other students in the group who can help with the correct version. Okay? If the students of the class know the rule, know the piece of language well that this mistaken student is talking about, but this student fell in this mistake, and if you give him a hint, or some of his colleagues give him a hint, but the student still didn't know the right answer, so this is a mistake, this is an error.
Error.
So what is the error? The error is a mistake that the student makes and cannot correct himself. Why is that? Why couldn't this student correct himself? Because he didn't study well. He didn't know the correct answer, the correct rule. He forgot it. He didn't study it. So this is an error. But what if the student corrects himself quickly? Will it be an error?
No, it would be a slip.
It would be a slip. Thank you, Ms. Asma. That's right. If the student could correct himself, it's going to be a slip, not an error. So this is a definition of slip, definition of error. And what is an attempt? What are the attempts? Can you guess?
Student can try to correct by himself.
I think it is mistakes that students do on purpose.
Do on purpose in what meaning?
Yeah, they attempt to do it. Yeah, they mean to do it.
Mean to do it. No, it won't be an attempt. Okay.
When the student try to find the answer, but he can't.
Thank you, Mr. Abdeldaim. But I'll add a little thing for your idea that the student attempts the student tried. The student
Yes.
tried to get the right answer, but he didn't take, the teacher didn't give him or explain him this rule. Like your student in grade 4, if your grade 4 student tries to speak using the past perfect, for example, and he said, I had go to school before I did my homework. I had go to school. So the student here is mistaken in the rule of the past perfect, but he didn't uh, study it in the class, or the teacher didn't explain it, or the past perfect tense is not in his curriculum, is not in the syllabus. So the student attempted to use the past perfect without studying it or taking it from the teacher. Okay? You know here the meaning of attempt?
What is the
Yes,
difference
yes.
between attempt and slips?
Okay. Slip.
Slips. Maybe I can answer.
Yes, Mr. Abdam, thank you.
Slips students students can correct by himself. He after the answer he correct to himself. Okay, but attempts he didn't know the rules, but he answer about answer from his old.
Knowledge.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Abdel. Very good. This is an amazing response for our dear Miss Sabah who asked this question.
Miss Zina.
Miss Zainab.
Ms. Zainab, thank you for the question. And Mr. Abdel, thank you for your interaction and your response for our dear Ms. Zainab. This is the difference between slips and attempts. Slips, the student can correct himself quickly after a hint from one of his colleagues or from the teacher. But the attempt is a try from the student to use a rule or a language that from the level higher than his own level. Okay, so attempts here, as in this definition, students have not learned a particular grammar rule in their course, but attempt to use it. So before I go to the next slide, because in the next slide we have a small quiz, and it's it's very interesting competition between us. Look carefully to the types of mistakes before going to the quiz slide, please. We have here slips, errors, and attempts. Be ready for a quick quiz, and we'll have fun after a while. Okay? Are you ready for the quiz now?
True.
What kind of mistake is it?
Slip.
Yes.
The student said, I'm right now. When he corrected himself, Take care. I'm
Yes,
writing
yes.
now.
Slip.
First, the student said, I'm right now. And after that, oh, I'm writing now.
Slip.
It's a slip.
Slip. Miss Ilham, that's right.
Yes.
Anybody else? Slip.
Yes, slip. Slip, yes.
Slip.
تمام يا Miss Hannah.
Yes.
Miss Asma, yes.
Yes, yes, Mr. Elias, slip.
Slip.
Yes.
Okay, see, the right answer is slip. Thank you. This is correct. The second scenario, what kind of mistake is it? A student said, they have traveled to Cairo. They have traveled to Cairo. This student hasn't been delivered the present perfect tense yet. It's not.
Attempt. Attempt.
Yes, Miss Asma. Yes, Miss Hannah. Okay.
Yes,
This is an attempt.
Yes. Attempt.
Agree, Miss Ilham.
Yes. Attempt.
Yes. This is an attempt. Why? Because
The student hadn't delivered
The present perfect.
the present perfect.
yes, Miss Ilham, thank you. Because the student didn't take it in his course or in the curriculum.
He didn't know the rule.
Yes, Mr. Hannah, he didn't know the rule
Didn't
or
know
the
the rule.
language for this question or this mistake. What kind of mistake is it? The student said, Hani go to school every day. His peers hinted him to correct himself, but he hadn't studied
Error.
present simple tense
Error.
well.
Error.
An error.
This is an error.
Error. Yes.
Error.
Easy peasy.
Yes. Yes.
Easy peasy lemon squeezy. So what kind of mistake is it? A
Will make
student
lemonade or what?
wrote, I like dogs and cats and cats. This is writing mistake. Zainab, Mr. Ammar. Yes.
Slip.
Yes, Mr. Abdan, slip.
Slip.
Are you agree?
Slip.
You agree?
No. No.
He didn't say
I
the
like
correct.
dogs and cats. Error.
Error?
Error.
Okay, I like dogs and cats.
Oh, error.
Error.
This is an error or slip. I think no one will repeat the word.
Wrote.
It's just a slip.
Yeah.
Just a slip.
Yes.
If the student look again in his writing, he will omit it. He will remove it. The second and. So I think it's slip.
Slip.
Yes.
Okay.
What kind of mistake is it? A student of primary 5. Take care of that. Primary 5 said, I has 2 brothers from his colleagues. And the teacher's reactions, he inferred he was wrong. الولد بص كده students والteacher حس ان هو ايه بصوا له كده هو حس ان هو wrong but he couldn't
But he
correct
couldn't.
himself.
It's an error.
Error.
Thank you.
Error.
Error.
Okay.
Yes.
Error.
It's an error,
Error.
because the student didn't study the language of this
Well,
Attempt.
term.
no, it's an error.
Attempt.
Okay, Mr.
Primary
Abdel,
5.
Error.
Yes.
Error.
why is it
Error.
an
Error.
attempt يا Mr. عبد الدايم? Why?
Primary 5 didn't study present perfect.
No,
It's not
No,
present
no,
perfect.
I
It's
has.
present
Yes, yes,
simple.
yes.
It's,
Yes, present
it's
simple.
present simple.
it's
Yes.
Yes, yes.
possession verb.
Present simple.
I think this
Error.
possession verb
As have.
have
Present
عن
present simple.
سنة تانية.
Yes.
Okay. And maybe grade 1 كمان. ممكن grade
Yes.
1
Yes.
second term
Yes.
Has have.
بالكتير سنة
Yes.
تانية.
I has or I have.
So is it attempt, slip, error?
No, it's an error.
Error.
An error.
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 Thank you.
Yes.
Yes. Error.
Error.
Okay.
Error.
So are you with or against these 3 quotes? The first quote, errors should not be tolerated. يعني you shouldn't leave a student to make mistakes without stopping him. Stop. You don't tolerate with the mistakes. You correct them immediately. Are you with or against?
Against.
Why Miss Ilham? Why are you against errors should not be tolerated? Why?
I think it should be a safe atmosphere in the class.
Yes. Thank you. This is a good idea. The student should feel safe or secure in the class. So if you as a teacher stopped each student with each mistake, so you will make unsafe atmosphere in your classroom. So
and shame students will I lose them.
you will lose the attention and the engagement of your student. Thank you, Mr. Abdul. Very good. This is right.
Some students may be hesitated.
Sorry? Again,
Some students may be hesitated.
thank you. Some students may be easy to be embarrassed, easy to lose his confidence, and hesitant. So you can lose him, as Mr. Abdul said. The second sentence, explicit error, explicit, obvious error correction is not helpful. When you correct the students immediately is not helpful. Don't do that at all. In all situations, in any scenario, don't stop your student and correct him or her. Is it correct? Are you with or against this quotation?
Against.
Against. Why? Why are you against, Miss Hana?
It depends on the situation itself.
Amazing. Amazing.
Some situations need to learn the mistakes at once, and some no.
Okay,
And
Miss
some
Hana,
not.
this is very good, very interesting. Your answer makes me ask you another question.
Yes.
Why you say that? Is there any scenario that we use correction immediately, and when?
Yes.
In what situation?
I think making mistakes while making paragraphs or some sentences
You,
need
you didn't
to
you didn't get you didn't get me the wanted answer, but I know you know it.
yes.
When you
I
teach,
should give him the correct answer at once.
okay, I can give you a hint. I can give
Yes.
you a hint. You stop the student and correct him or her. When you teach fluency or accuracy?
Fluency.
Accuracy. You stop him.
When you teach fluency, you stop him?
Grammar.
No,
Accuracy.
Accuracy.
accuracy, yes, thank you.
Yes.
Teaching accuracy means you teach the student to say, Hala goes to school every day. Okay?
Accurate
Yes,
grammatical sentence.
I'm as a teacher is teaching the present simple, and now it is a time to be accurate, and the student be accurate and say the rule and the formula and use it accurately. So I stop any student that make mistake in that. Hala
Yes.
goes, not go, goes to school. But if I'm teaching an activity to get some fluency, and the student is flowing and speaking and taking his time and make some mistakes, you have to be tolerated.
Yes.
You have to leave him finish. And after that, in the feedback, you can correct him or her. And even if you stop the student to correct, you should use some good techniques that we will discuss after a while. We have some techniques to use to correct the students safely without embarrassing or addressing the students with his or her mistakes and make them censored. Okay, so explicit error correction is not helpful, is wrong as well. The third one, the effective of error correction may be impacted by contextual factors and individual differences. Okay? So, what's your opinion about the third one? What's your opinion about the third quotation? Okay? Anybody?
Yes.
Yes, يا مستر.
والله بالبديهي طالما اثنين غلط يبقى الثالثه صح.
ممكن تكون غلط as well يعني. But what's your own opinion about that? Is it true for you or wrong? No.
Please simplify it. No.
هي على ما اعتقد هي بتتكلم عن الفروق الفرديه والاثار الناتجه عن الايرور كوركشن maybe with.
Okay, I can simplify it for you. The effect of error correction may be impacted by contextual factors. It's according to the situation you are in. What are you teaching to the students? Accuracy or fluency, grammar or some interaction activities, some group work, some grammar games that need you leave the students to fluent speaking or using the language without any interference from your side, or in another situation you can interfere directly, explicitly, and stop the student to correct him or her. So I think the last one is
With,
yes. You are with the
as I say.
yes, as you said. We will come back after 5 seconds. After a minute, we'll have a shutdown from the program and press the icon again of the meeting and come back. When we come back, we shall watch a video